Hey, it's Keegan. I'm the Balanced Nomad, and today I'm going to be taking you through a full body morning yoga practice. This is suitable for all levels and no props are required. Just find a comfortable seated position here, and we can shut down the eyes. Just starting to take some deep breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. One more here. And we can begin blinking the eyes open and finding a few neck circles here, moving in one direction, just taking these super slow. And we can begin to move in the opposite direction. And coming back to center here, we can begin to take some shoulder rolls, just moving backwards, feeling the shoulder blades go down the back and opening up the chest. And just moving in the opposite direction here, coming forward this time. Syncing breath with movement here. And coming back to neutral, finding a seated cat and cow. So inhaling, pressing the chest forward and arching the back and looking up. Exhaling, pushing in the opposite direction, bringing chin to chest. Inhale brings you forward, and an exhale brings you back. Just moving to the rhythm of your own breath here. And we come back to center. And we're going to move to a tabletop position. So just coming to hands and knees. Knees are under hips and hands are under shoulders. We're just going to find a few little leg circles here. So first, bringing up the right leg at a 90-degree angle and just moving the hips in a circular motion. Finding this going forwards. And changing direction, moving the circles backwards. Feeling a nice warming up in the hips, a little bit in the core here. And you can stop and straighten the right leg. And if you're feeling comfortable in your balance, extending the left arm forward, balancing here for a few breaths. And we can release the hand down, bringing knee back to the mat, finding this on the opposite side. So taking those hip circles, moving forwards. Trying our best to isolate through the hip here. And finding these in the opposite direction, moving backwards. And coming to neutral, we can extend that left leg back. And if we feel comfortable, extending the right arm in front of us, making a big straight line with the body. And dropping hand, and we drop the knee down. And from here, we can find downward facing dog. First downward dog of the day is always going to be a little bit stiff. Feel free to keep a bend in the knee, or feel free to paddle out the legs here. Bending the right knee and extending the left, and bending the left and extending the right. And coming back to neutral, extending the right leg up into a three-legged dog, keeping the right leg nice and straight here. And we can pull through, bringing the knee to the chest and coming to a low lunge. Right foot in between the hands. Breathing up, hands above the head. Bringing the hands to prayer in the center of the chest, we find a prayer twist here. So bringing the upper body to the right side and hooking that left elbow in the top of the right knee, looking over the right shoulder. Trying our best to stay square and up in the shoulders, trying to bring our palms to the center of our chest. And slowly bringing hands to the mat, we turn to center, finding a forward fold with our legs out. We can find a little ragdoll arm variation here, just grabbing onto opposite elbows and finding a sway. And bringing hands down, we rotate to find low lunge on the opposite side. Hands come above our head. A few breaths here before we find that twist. And bringing hands to prayer, twisting over, hooking that right elbow on top of the chest, looking over our left shoulder, trying to bring the palms to the center of the chest here. And slowly coming out, we bring hands to the mat, stepping back into our three-legged dog position, this time with the left leg above. So straightening out that leg, feeling a nice stretch here. And we can place that leg back down, and we're gonna walk ourselves to the back of the mat, just bringing our hands to our feet, finding a little ragdoll fold, holding onto opposite elbows, and feeling a bit of a sway here. And we can slowly roll ourselves up. Just giving a breath or two in our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Chest is forward, feet planted into the mat, feeling very strong and grounded here. And we can walk ourselves into the center of our mat here and just bringing our right foot behind us, just grabbing on to the front of the right foot, getting a little stretch in the leg here, but also in the chest, trying to bring our shoulder blades down and pushing our chest forward. And without dropping the leg, bringing it forward and holding onto the knee, finding our balance here. Might be tricky if it's morning for you and you're still a bit sleepy, but it's always a nice challenge. From here, either grabbing on to your ankle, toes, or shins, depending on your flexibility, and extending that right leg forward straight. Might be a little bent, totally okay. Just meet yourself where you are today, and either keeping the gaze forward, or if it's okay for you, looking over your right shoulder. A little bit more challenging here. And without dropping that leg, we're gonna step back and step the left leg forward, finding our warrior two position. Front leg is straight, back foot parallel to the back edge of the mat. Gaze is over our left fingertips. And we can straighten up that left leg, just bringing arms above us and bending back into that warrior two. Straightening and bending here. Just finding this one more time, seeing if we can go a little bit deeper in our warrior two. And this time we can straighten up that leg and come to our center forward fold with the legs extended. Maybe we bring hands to the mat here or to our feet. And you can find a little sway here, just stretching out in the back of the legs. And walking ourselves back up, we find warrior two on the other side. So with the right foot forward, pointing to the front, and back left foot parallel to the back edge of your mat, gaze is over your right fingertips. And we can straighten through that front leg, bringing hands above our head, and back into our warrior two. Back up straight, and bending into our warrior two. Straightening for the last time, and bending into warrior two. See if we can find a little more depth here in the pose. And bringing our left foot forward to meet our right foot, maybe taking a few steps before we get there, just joining the feet at the front of the mat, finding this little balance on the other side. I'm just gonna take a step back so you can see me. Bringing the left foot behind the back, holding onto it with both hands, keeping chest nice and open, and feeling a nice stretch in the front of the leg. And without dropping the foot, bringing the knee in front of you, holding onto it with the hands. And straightening that left leg, grabbing onto shin, ankle, toe, whatever is available for you. And either straightening or keeping a little micro bend in that leg. Gaze can come forward, or if it allows, you can look over your left shoulder. Will be a bit trickier, as you can see, I'm totally falling out of it, but it's okay. You can always get back into the pose. And slowly releasing. And you can step the legs open again like we were for our forward fold, but this time walking them just a bit further than hip distance. And we're gonna find our malasana, so heels in, toes out, finding a bend here. Feel free to stay up on your toes if that feels more comfortable. If not, just come down to your heels here, staying nice and open in the chest, not falling down here, but staying really proud. Just a few breaths here. And dropping the hips. And we can find a cross-legged seat from here, just closing up class. So we're gonna begin just like how we started, taking a few deep breaths, just reconnecting with yourself, reflecting on how you feel after this class, how you're feeling spiritually, emotionally, physically, just taking note of any changes or shifts that have occurred. And bringing hands to the center of our chest, we can bow forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining this class. I hope you found it effective and you're feeling nice and ready for your day. And if you like this class, I post 3 new yoga classes every single week, so be sure to hit the bell so you never miss a class. I'll see you soon.